why should you stick around today? Because I'm going to show you how you can take a 3-note linear grouping and add it to a classic funk groove to make it more spicy and more modern. Click on the upbeat. 1, 2, 3, 4. So there you go. Okay, a little talk about this. Little talk. So what you just heard is the first bar of Clyde Stubblefield's Cold Sweat groove, followed by a second bar that I created using 3-note groupings, 3-note 16th, 3-note groupings of 16th notes. So the concept of note grouping, how do you create a note grouping? There's 2 ways you can do it, or 2 individual ways or in combination. So you can accent the first note of the grouping, or you can repeat the orchestration you've used with those notes. For example, in the groove that I just demonstrated, I used an accented hi-hat, then a ghost note, and a bass drum. And I played that twice in a row, right? So it's like E end to 2 E end, right? So the listener starts to pick up on that repetition and feeling that accent of the beginning of each grouping. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 3-note groupings. E end to 2 E end, E end to 2 E end, right? And then I did a slight change. I kept the accent in the hi-hat, but I reversed the bass and the snare. So all 3 groupings are, and that last snare drum is accented, because it's going to lead to the end of 3. So the backbeat gets set up. So there you go. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Those are the 3 16th note groupings. And so yeah, I altered that last 3-note grouping to hi-hat, bass, snare. So the bass drum falls right on beat 3 and also on the end of 3. It sets up a nice solid beat 4 there, so that I can return the listener to a feeling of stability or consonance instead of dissonance, right? Because starting from the end of bar 1 on the end of 4, again, starting right there with that end of 4, it starts to feel a little dissonant because I'm using syncopation, accenting the upbeat. And right from there, then the 3-note groupings follow for 2 beats. Then I bring it back to consonance on that backbeat of 4. Another way to see this is that the first note of each grouping, the accented hi-hat, creates sort of like a 3-2 polyrhythm feel over the pulse. Because this is the pulse. Let's get that. Right? And then the hi-hat. 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? So it's starting to feel like another pulse. pulse against the existing pulse. And that's the beauty of using groupings, is that you can create rhythmic dissonance by creating a overlapping pulse, one that rides above the existing one. Thanks for watching, and yeah, I'd like to know what your favorite groove is that mixes linear playing and non-linear playing. This is a really specific one. This will be a challenge for you. Can you find a groove that you dig that mixes linear and non-linear playing? If you're not familiar with linear, it means one note at a time. I don't know if I specified that. One note at a time, linear. Okay, cool. Finish up by playing this a little bit more for you. Until next week, keep on grooving.